So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Men shave, real men shave their faces, real men shave their faces.
Good morning, Stevie Daily Shaver. This is all I have left of Ginger's Garden, Havana and Cognac. So I'm going to take my Maggard's purple brush. One of these days I have to go and get the other one. What is it? Like a bronzy sort of colour. And today I'm using a different bowl. It's got the copper bottom, so if I put it in the warm water for a bit, transfer heat really well. It's supposed to be for making omelettes. I went, will that make a good leather bowl? And the answer is yeah. Actually, a really good one. It was like $2. I went, I could use that. This could be my next year cheap thing to add to my collection. Again, did the origami so it's only in the middle. From Anthony. And I'm just waiting on a slightly better strop so I don't roll the edge when I strop it on the really thin one that I've got. And I've already had a couple of goes at it. Just don't want to do too much shaving. I'm actually pretty good on my left hand for shaving. I was quite surprised at that. This morning I'm using my injector from Provision. Mostly because when I looked at the shelf in front of me, it was the only blade left out. I've discovered that if you leave a blade sitting out for a couple of weeks unloved, while it looks fine, it will tug. And the reason is, when I got my magnifying glass on it, turns out you get micro rust. And that just takes the edge off the blades. There you go, micro rust. Because generally I just clean them, wipe them and set them on the thing. I don't go and put, in fact when I was down Brisbane, got some more of the shaving guard, basically fish oil, but it smells better. Works out a lot more expensive than the WD-40, but the WD-40 in the bathroom tends to be a bit of a strong smell. Very industrial. Anyway, now I've got a lot of razors that have turned up. Just quickly, the Maggard Slants turned up. The Phoenix Artisan aluminium double overhead combs turned up. The Icon has turned up, and the gap under here means you can choose between aggressive and mild. So depending on that, the Hawk has turned up. Very light. I was quite surprised how light it was. And how's this? This is turned up. This is the Delta Echoed version of the R. What the hell number was it? So just the two-piece version of that. And so I've got both versions of the R41. R41, that's what it is. Just having a brain fart day. Let's go and have a second pass. Now what I wanted to see was how to go at retaining heat, the bowl, because of the copper bottom. The answer is not brilliant, but if I had left it floating in the sink, I'm guessing it would have retained heat a lot better, because I use warm water in my sink. Now some people have problem with clogged razors. Use hot water in your sink. Just tap hot water, it's probably about between 65 and 75 degrees, which is certainly enough to dissolve the soap, and it's the soap that's clogging up your razor. So put it in, shake it out, and there shouldn't be anything hot in that blade. As you can see, this one's got a good blade gap, and yes, just a few seconds in hot water and my lather's warm again. Oh, experimentation. I asked for people to down thumb me. They started liking me. So now I'm going to ask people to do a parody video. I want someone to parody the crap out of me. Will someone please oblige? Now, I said to Douglas, what do you got to do? Who do you got to blow to get a good parody video? And he says, don't worry, it'll happen 30 years after you're dead. I'm thinking to myself, 30 years after I'm dead? Look, I make heaps of mistakes on screen. I've got a weird Australian accent. My videos are too fast. I mispronounce things. Cut the crap out of me videos to get them down so you're not sitting there bored shitless at the other end. Out of all that, there's got to be something. What? Who do you have to blow to get a good parody video? So I'm thinking I should hold a competition for a good parody video before Christmas. Again, do the origami trick so it's only wet in the middle, and that way, and now just see what I need for cleanup. This blade has not fared badly sitting there. It's easy. If you put a blade in and it tugs, get rid of it. I don't care if it's only a first use. Do not shave with blades that tug. They will cut you, and worse, they'll give you burn. If you think a cut's bad, you walk around with razor burn on your face all day. It is a pet peeve of mine. Now, this is the first generation supply provision. I think from what I can see, the quality on the second and third generation are even better. So anybody considering probably one of the best injectors, modern injectors, go for this. Absolutely, get yourself a supply provision. I personally like the number 3 base plate. On other ones I actually prefer a bit milder. On this one I can actually go to number 3 and get a really good result. So where have I been for the last couple of weeks? Well, I put up a couple of videos that were sitting on my desktop that needed distributing to the universe. Not because they were full of great oration, but because I'd worked out how to bleep out all the expletives in it. Oh dear. I've been chasing Asian tail. And I have tales, which I'll tell in my other videos, stories of what I've discovered about Asians. Because I've discovered some stuff. I've discovered some very interesting ethnic differences. For example, Asians think we all look the same. Now come on, you've got to see the humour in that. I learnt that Asians are racist, and exactly who's racist to who and in what order. Because there's a pecking order in Asian races that goes back through history as to who conquered who and screwed who over in the conquering. So that was interesting. I just figured Asians were one big ethnic group that loved each other. No, not the case at all. It was interesting to discover that there was a difference. Right, I've rinsed out my bowl, and as you can see, this is a little saucepan for making omelettes. It's got a copper bottom, so it gets heat really quick, but it cools off in a few minutes. So if you don't put too much water in your sink and you sit it in it, I think it'll stay warm for your whole shave, and I quite like it. I like it mostly because this one had handles. This, for any Australian person, was $2 in at Kmart. They had one with handles and one without handles. I couldn't decide. For $2, I got them both. As always, synthetic brushes are the easiest to clean. And that's all the cleaning I have to do. Leave that on the bench, it will dry. Bit more work involved in this one. Not least of all, first thing I do, I put the plug into the plug hole, and then I undo this. The reason, if I accidentally drop this into the sink and I don't have the plug in, it is possible to wind up in my U-bend. Now, it's not that I haven't gone into my U-bend on other occasions to get stuff out, but I try to avoid it. Take the blade out, and just take it, wipe it, and give it a little spray. Back together again, and pop the screw in. And it takes a second. Now it's better than not being able to take the screw in and out, and being able to get in there and remove a blade and clean it. So there you go, supply provision. A bunch of other razors. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other razors to shave and review with, so you'll be seeing more of this ugly face of mine. Can't be helped. Now, I won't be the first to shave with a lot of these, but what I will be able to do is compare it against a range of others. Just having a look. Particularly in the single edges, it will be up against the classic Colonial, the Mongoose Aluminium, blimey, the Above the Tie S1, SE1, and even up against the not much loved, mind you, if you're real delicate with this one you can get a good shave, but you got to be delicate. Like I said, uneven blade gap on mine, but all good. The company refunded me, and apparently there's going to be a version 2, and it will rock, I guarantee it. Look, They know there's a problem, they're fixing it. 2 thumbs up to people that fix their problems. The other one I should mention is I actually shaved a couple of times with this guy. And it's the old Falcon. And I gotta say, we really need this Falcon to get made. We really, really do. I love this. Even this light plastic one rocks. It's got a metal stem, and I actually prefer it on this nice light aluminium handle from the Mongoose. Don't like it on the Mongoose, like it on this. Well, there you go. That is a heap of stuff for me to get round to. If you got questions or any particular order or any particular razor in any particular comparison, drop me a comment. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver. Wishing you all the best of shaves. And remember, while it's nice to be important, it's more important to be nice as you go forth. And as you go forth, remember the wet shaver's blessing. Good food, good friends, good shaves, amen. While it's nice to be important, it's far more important to be nice. Wishing you all the best of shaves. Good shaves and goodbye.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.